I want to tell you how offended I get every time I hear a defense attorney turn around and say that winning a lawsuit is like winning a prize. Let me share with you why that's so wrong on so many different levels. Come join me as I share with you this great information. Hi, I'm Jerry Oginski. I'm a New York medical malpractice and personal injury trial lawyer practicing law in the state of New York. There are so many times when defense attorneys will turn around to a jury on closing arguments and say, listen, ladies and gentlemen, if you give this person a verdict in their favor, it's as if they're winning the lottery. You cannot give them a lottery prize. You want to know why? Because it's unjust, it's unfair. Well, I want to share something very important with you. When somebody suffers an injury as a result of someone else's carelessness, they don't get a prize. They don't go home and say, look at what I won today. It's outrageous when they do that. Nobody's winning the lottery every time somebody brings a lawsuit. They would much rather not have suffered the injury and the indignity of getting hurt because of somebody else's carelessness. Instead, now they have to go ahead and get rehabilitation. They'll have to go ahead and suffer the indignity of not being able to work, suffer the indignity of having surgery, of having to correct those problems that were created because of someone else's carelessness. And now the defense attorney has the gall and the nerve to turn around and say, ladies and gentlemen, this is not a lottery. Well, of course it's not a lottery. Nobody's here looking to hit it big. They're looking to get compensated for the injuries and the harms and the losses that they've suffered. That's what they're there for, not to hit it big, not for the lottery, and not to win a prize. So every time I hear that or see that in an advertising message, I get so infuriated because nobody, not a single injured client, would turn around and say, hey, I'd rather have that money rather than suffering the injury and destroying my entire life. As you can tell, I get all excited and emotional every time I hear this. And I have to tell you, it's very offensive. People who are injured suffer significant injury as a result of somebody else's carelessness, and now the law allows them to seek compensation for all the harms and all the injuries they have now suffered and incurred because somebody else was simply careless and negligent. So why do I share this great information with you? I share it with you to give you an insight and an understanding into the litigation process in New York in cases involving medical malpractice, accident cases, and even wrongful death matters. You know, I realize you're watching this because you likely have questions or concerns about your own particular matter. Well, if your matter happened in New York and you do have legal questions, what I encourage you to do is pick up the phone and call me. I can answer your legal questions. You know, this is something I do every single day, and I'd love to talk to you. You can reach me at 516-487-8207 or by email at jerry, G-E-R-R-Y, @oginski-law.com. That's it for today's quick video. I'm Jerry Oginski. Have a great day.